All right, let's talk about a huge update that's promising to fix one of the biggest, headaches in smart home tech. It's all about finally making things simple.
If you've ever tried to build a smart home, you know the chaos I'm talking about, right? You've got one app for your lights, a totally different one for your doorbell, a third for the thermostat. It feels less like a smart home and more like you've taken on a part-time job just managing all these different systems. Well, the good news is all that digital clutter is finally getting cleaned up. There's a really powerful new universal standard that's here, and honestly, it's changing the game for good.
Okay, so let's dive into exactly what this is. The solution we're talking about is a technology called Matter. And its whole purpose, its entire reason for being, is to solve this exact problem of everything being so fragmented.
So what is Matter exactly? The best way to think about it is like a universal translator, but for all your smart gadgets. It's a global standard that basically lets devices from completely different brands speak the same language. That means they can finally work together, seamlessly.
Now look, Matter has been around for a little bit, covering things like lights and locks, but the big news, the whole reason we're talking about this today, is the latest version, which is Matter 1.5, and it brings a super important, long-awaited guest to the party.
So here's how things have evolved. Before this 1.5 update, Matter covered a lot of the core stuff. Lights, locks, things like that. The absolute game changer now is the official addition of cameras and video doorbells to that whole ecosystem.
And guess who's leading the charge on this? It's Samsung. Their awesome SmartThings platform is actually the first major ecosystem to officially roll out support for these new Matter-compatible cameras.
Okay, so let's get to the important part. What does this actually mean for you if you're a SmartThings user? Like, how does this upgrade really change your day-to-day? Let's break it all down.
And listen, this isn't just some basic on-off support. We're talking about deep, first-class integration here. Right inside your SmartThings app, you're going to get full control. I mean, live video streaming, two-way talk, motion alerts, and yeah, even your event history. Everything, all in one spot. This really just puts the difference in stark contrast, doesn't it? The old way meant we were all forced to juggle a bunch of different apps and deal with these super complex, frustrating setups. The new Matter way just cuts right through all that noise, simplifying everything down to one single app and one straightforward process. So much better.
But hey, this isn't just a big deal for people on SmartThings. This update is a signal of a major shift for the entire smart home industry. So let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture for a second. When you boil it all down, it really comes down to three massive benefits for pretty much everyone. First up, greater interoperability. That means your brand new camera can trigger your old smart lights, no fuss. Second, a much simpler and more consistent setup process. And third, and this is a big one, it future-proofs your home. You're no longer locked into just one brand's ecosystem. And there's a really good reason why this update is so important. Turns out, cameras were the single most requested type of device for Matter. I mean, it makes sense, right? They're so central to our home security, so bringing them into a universal standard was absolutely critical.
And get this isn't just one company going it alone. Samsung is already working with huge names. We're talking Ring, Arlo, Aqara, and a bunch of others to bring these Matter-enabled cameras to market. That kind of industry-wide support, that's what makes a standard like this so incredibly powerful. So what happens now? What does the roadmap for this new, more connected future actually look like? Where do we go from here? Okay, so here's a quick look at the timeline. The rollout for SmartThings users, it's already started. We should see wider access for everyone else in early 2026. And then comes the really exciting part. A whole wave of brand new Matter-certified cameras hitting store shelves throughout the rest of that year. So, get ready. When it all comes down to it, this update is a massive leap forward. It's a huge step towards that dream smart home we've all been promised for years, right? The one that's simple, seamless, and totally unified, where everything just works.
And that leaves us with one final and pretty exciting question. Now that all our devices are finally starting to speak the same language, what incredible new things will our homes be able to do for us next? The possibilities? Well, they're just beginning to unfold.